Hi guys, welcome. We are here with another reading. This is a big card stack reading, and I wanted to make this one specific to the concept of and the question, why am I so triggered? Why am I so triggered with this person, and what's going on? Like, you know, sometimes relationships can really take us outside of ourselves, like can get us to act in ways that we just don't even, I mean, let's be honest, we don't even recognize, like, you know, what is that all about? Because ultimately, you know, it's not always what it necessarily is that's coming up in that connection or in that experience, but it's how you react. And so I'm seeing the number 44 here, in case that's also a focus for some viewers watching. But yeah, so let's take a look. If we are to assume that, you know, there is the role that you can play with yourself that brings a focus to how it is that you interpret and react, then, you know, what is it for you in particular in this experience that you're having with this person in this situation that is a focus? And so really what we're looking at here is shadow work. And I feel like it's absolutely pivotal to understand what you are doing about what you are experiencing, because otherwise we can really feel like at times even like at the mercy of a certain experience, and that is not fun. So let's clear the energy. Yeah, it's very important, I think, and especially as we move into Mars, the later stages degrees of Scorpio, we're starting to see, you know, more of possibly where we are reacting or we have the capacity to react. And that's great because, you know, once we sort of see it and acknowledge it and, you know, and we can call it, you know, whatever it is that someone is triggering for us, then we can sort of do something with that and say, well, guess what? I don't want to feel drained in relation to that capacity of mine. I don't want to feel like I am at the mercy of how someone makes me feel or how someone triggers me in relation to this part of me. So, and the thing is, though, that sometimes we have to get to that point where we are triggered, so-called, so that we can identify where it is that that shadow aspect does lie. And so that's why it's, you know, at the end of the day, helpful to see everyone in a way as a soulmate who, even if they do cause us a lot of, you know, angst or anxiety even at times, they're a teacher for us to understand who we are to ourselves. And because you can always be powerful. This is in your reaction. And this is what the point really is, right? It's to remind you that you can react in the way that you choose to react. And so, but what the trouble is, when we are triggered and we're in the shadow space, we can get into this space of, we bypass that question of how do I want to react to this? How do I want to handle the situation, right? And that's where then we feel that we're at the mercy, but we're not. It's just that one little step that we just need to kind of solidify. Let's get 5 stacks here. What is being triggered here for you in terms of the shadow work and this connection? Sure. What can help you sort of identify what makes you feel uncomfortable about this particular experience that you're having? 5 stacks. Okay. And yeah, I think it's important to remember as well that, like, nothing necessarily inherently means anything, and it is what we give energy to, right? And we have to question, well, why would I, if I'm not happy in a certain situation, or I feel like for whatever reason, like I'm not getting what I need in this particular connection, why am I still here, right? Why would I choose to remain in a situation to feel triggered rather than just leave, right, the situation? So we choose how it is that we're reacting. And this is a general statement, obviously. I don't know what everybody's watching for, but this is in general, talking in general. Yeah, but it is at the end of the day your will and what it is that, you know, and if you feel like you know, that is not you feeling controlled, you should probably talk to a specialist. Yes, somebody who can help, even maybe, I don't know, depending on your situation. Yes, definitely seek some sort of help from a specialist. Okay, now in the first stack, we have the Hermit. The second stack, we have the Ten of Wands. Oh, give me a second, guys. Sorry, guys. Give me just a sec. Okay. So, yeah, so we're saying second stack, Ten of Wands. Something was boiling over on the stove. Eight of Cups is the third stack. The Tower. We got the fourth stack is the Tower. And we got the Ten of Swords in the fifth stack. Now, I think it's also important to remember that sometimes, right, when we feel triggered, it could be because we are sort of allowing some experienced person, somebody else's reaction ultimately, to define how we feel about ourselves. Sometimes it's actually a really good thing when we do get triggered in certain situations or relationships, I feel, because, and again, this is a general statement, because it allows us to recognize where we might be overly dependent on how that interaction is going when it comes to how we feel in our personal life. So, sure, it can feel really, really horrible. Let's say that you feel like you really have a very strong connection with someone, you get into an argument with that person, and then, you know, they sort of like, they treat you in a dismissive manner. You know, the question is, well, there's a reason why you had a certain interaction with that person, and if there was not the flow state, if the experience was not moving and transcending in such a way that was helpful to you, you know, why would we need to force that thing? Why would we need to feel that we need to really make it so-called work? And why is it that it is something that you allow to sort of define you in the next steps and stages of where you take yourself and in your story? Nothing is the be-all end-all. No one here, right, will ever define you or who you are. You are always who you are to you, and the way that you experience that all-knowingness is in your reaction. So if someone does XYZ, how do you perceive of XYZ? What is the overarching place and role you give that in the context of your life? Okay, it's like, are you an observer to another, or are you going to allow that person to become you in some capacity, and where you become really, really so sensitive to the way that they act or react around you or to you, or the way that they, you know, react with you, you know, and those who are very empathic, or those who have quite a bit of water in your chart, especially, this is more like a Neptunian thing at times, where when you're in a relationship or connection, you just sort of, you merge with that person, and there are beautiful sides to that capacity to be able to really connect with someone. But at the same time, like, when things are good, they're really good. When things are not so good, then they're really, really not good. Because you can really end up feeling this codependent energy, even where it's like, oh my gosh, like the relationship's not going well, you know, and that's now making me feel like I in some way am now defined by the status of this experience, or that now I am being affected by what is happening in this isolated experience. And the important thing is that we have to remember that every experience is its own experience. You decide whether or not you'd like that energy to enter into the next step and stage of your life. Okay, you know, again, the question of why would it be so challenging? Why is it challenging to turn around from an experience and say, okay, it's not in the flow state, I'm ready to move forward? That's that trigger question. That's the shadow of where we've allowed that person, that experience, to sort of hold greater power over our manifestation capabilities, and to, you know, sort of creep in as a sort of concept of fear, rather than acceptance and transcendence, to say, hey, okay, so this is just not meant to be. I'm gonna just let it sort of move on, and You know, I'm not going to allow this to become who I need to be in my life. Ah, interesting. So yeah, okay, let's get into each of the stacks, but on the whole, I'm getting from Spirit that this is a clear message of it's a good thing if you find that you're triggered, because this is trying to point out to you that you do not need to depend in those ways, in those situations, on those people for those things. So, okay. One more note. When you feel uncomfortable in a certain connection, when a certain connection does move in a certain direction, that's, let's clear the energy around. Sorry guys, can you give me a quick second here? Okay. When there is some sort of experience here, lost my train of thought. This is where you sort of, you realize, well, yeah, no, lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, completely forgot there. Yeah, wherever basically the moral of the story is, wherever it is that you are allowing someone to come in and define how it is that you feel about a certain situation. Excuse me another second. Sorry, guys. Let's clear the energy and ground. Yeah. So there's a reason, right? And if you are so far in, it's almost like pointing out like the so-called weakest link. But there is there is a reason for why it is that you've allowed that to get to that point as well. So I don't know, you guys, we lost our thought with that, but oh well. Let's just get on to the first stack. Let's clear the energy and ground. We've got the Hermit. Why am I so triggered in this scenario here, in the situation at hand? Okay, so right off the bat, we see a strong focus on the archetype of Virgo. Right, what comes to mind here is perfectionism, the concept of perfectionism, seeking, okay, greater understanding. Let's clear the energy ground. As a concept of shadow work, for some, if you're drawn to the stack, there can be this sort of experience maybe that you've had recently wherein you felt you know, that you were depending maybe too much on a certain experience, person, situation. Maybe you felt like this person was very knowledgeable, or you really admired them. You very much, you know, were hoping at least that they would be someone in your life who you could respect, who you could count on, someone who you felt was responsible. Maybe they reflected certain ideals here that you were very drawn to, and that you felt, hey, this is like the perfect kind of person in my life, like, you know, to maybe even collaborate with, maybe whatever it happens to be. And I see that you possibly, for some of you, like maybe you felt that this person had something of a very unique trait, or something that was very, very special to you. Like, wow, there's that one quality about them that just really stands out. Part of the illusion, part of why I feel you are here at this reading is because maybe there was this point at which you were denying, this is just what I'm hearing, I'm channeling here, denying this energy within yourself. Why is it that you would sort of see so much of this in someone else and not in you, not in yourself? Okay, why is it that this is an externalized energy from you, the Hermit? Spirit wants you to think of the ways in which possibly you harbor this energy. You are alike this person, or that you have traits alike this person. There are things here that possibly were not in the light, but were attractive about this person. For some of you, maybe this was someone who was very maybe they had a particular level of knowledge or self-control, or maybe they had a certain just sort of an energy about them that was more balanced. Maybe Spirit is saying, hey, maybe you want to look at even the archetype of Virgo in your personal birth chart, the element of earth, mutable earth, 6th house energies, your Mercury. You know, there's maybe a focus on that. Maybe this person really enjoys like self-care and such things, and they really enjoyed caring about things, caring after things, and it's like you really maybe liked that about them. So there's something here though that obviously there's a reason why you're at this reading. There's something that was not in the light though in relation to maybe either this space or this person. There was something that you admired, but then there was something that threw that off, and there was a reason why the connection didn't come full circle. Let's pull some further cards on this really quickly. for some of you, like, there was not enough communication. I think the thing that really you admired slowly started to become the thing that you detested about this person and about them. There was something that was at first maybe very attractive, but then over time it started to become something really, really cumbersome. I'm looking at the shade of darkness at the bottom of the hermit's sort of dress. We see, you know, this sort of lighter tone coming out at the top of, you know, maybe this person even had a certain reputation here, maybe you very much respected them. There was something that was just, at a certain point, you really admired them. We're gonna be honest. But then when it came down to communication, like, things slowly started to take a turn, they started to change, and it actually maybe even started to become unattractive. Let's get some more cards here. They could have even possibly been really self-absorbed at a certain point. You started to think, like, you know, I like that this person moves slowly. I like that they sort of take their time with, you know, moving forward on things. I hear it in this way as well. But then it started to maybe even become snooty or snotty at a certain point, or it just ended up not fulfilling me. It didn't feel real to me anymore or personal to me. Because the hermit, you know, I mean, how can we have a personal relationship, right? I mean, this is someone here who's kind of like on their journey, on their way, and it just kind of maybe became a very detached energy. Like, you could no longer see this person romantically, is what I'm saying, possibly even. The Hanged Man in reverse. Let's clear it. Yeah, there were certain habits even of this person that you could not relate to. Maybe you felt, you know, at some points in time, you were like, I think that I honestly could, you know, do in a way what they're doing, or to sort of incorporate certain aspects of their character for myself, but also add my own personal touch to it. And, you know, this can even resemble a company or an industry or, you know, something of that sort. I feel like you started to realize that this is not the whole story. This is not the whole puzzle. Just because someone has information, or maybe they're very smart, or they have so whatever it is, that doesn't mean that they are also necessarily a good person. I'm hearing it like that. Let's get further clues, or that, you know, how do we say this? That they're not what is bad good, right? But that they may not necessarily be, like, morally okay, like, grounded, or they may not be necessarily, like, making the proper decisions in their life that are considering of others. Maybe this person, again, ended up being quite selfish or even judgmental, even close-minded. The Three of Pentacles coming through. There was something at a certain point, I think, for some of you, that you just didn't want to sort of be involved with anymore. You didn't want to be associated with anymore, because it really didn't allow you to really feel open, okay, to the possibilities. The Hermit maybe at first was very attractive energy, but then it slowly became constrictive, and you, like, felt like you couldn't think in broader terms, in terms of your passion, your light, your life, your creativity, ultimately. So, you know, maybe this is the kind of thing where, like, well, it kind of lived its turn. Like, that was attractive at a certain point, but then it wasn't, like, contextually, like, you know, to be kind of, like, having this kind of trait or quality, but, like, not being able to apply it in an open-minded manner is, yeah. And I think some of you are, you realize that you could have, you know, you can meet someone here or be in another situation where they do have these qualities and traits, but with the humanity side, I'm hearing that as well. I want to get a few more cards on this Hermit. Can you tell us more, Spirit? Wow. Okay, so for some of you, I think that you felt, okay, yeah, that there was something really attractive about this person and very, like, almost promising, but then there was a side to it that felt impossible or even untrustworthy. We have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, both right side up. And then we have here the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. For some of you, I feel like you kind of started to realize that something was not adding up, or it wasn't worth it to you anymore. Like, this person and the way that they were or this experience, whatever it is for you, the way they were carrying out their experience or their energy, or, like, the way they were conducting themselves was really, I get it that it was not doing it for you. We have the Magician reverse, Wheel of Fortune reverse, Strength upright. You know those moments when, like, you really feel like someone had a certain side to them, like, and you really thought that that's what you saw in them, like you were almost like for certain, and then the fog clears and you're like, ah, that could be also a Neptune fog. Some of you possibly here are challenged with your Neptune energy when it comes to this connection. Neptune, and specifically Mercury, even 6th house, 12th house, Virgo, Pisces. There could be a focus on that as well. Maybe, for example, let's clear it. Maybe you have a very strong Neptune trigger. Maybe you have, yeah, there's a lesson to be learned when it comes to illusion, fantasy, selflessness, and, you know, saying, hey, I need boundaries when it comes to my dream in this connection. Do I feel like I want this to happen? And is it actually happening? Like, or am I putting you on a little bit of a rose-colored glass kind of pedestal here? For some of you, yeah, there is something here of a grounded energy that you started to realize, like, I actually, ironically, feel you stop holding respect for this space at a certain point, not because it didn't have a certain quality or trait that you did admire at a certain point, but because the context, it's like they maybe weren't even really mature, I hear that, or that you realize that they weren't able to bring this experience full circle with you, and that was the turnoff. Yeah, like they weren't able to really apply it. They weren't able to apply their talents even to you. So either they were very self-centered or very even selfish at a certain point, as you felt it, or there was just something really impossible to manifest with them, and maybe they were even very secretive. This is for some, take it as you will. We do have the High Priestess here as well, the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands, and I think there's just too many barriers or boundaries when it comes to embracing the potential. So I want to get a quick Celtic cross here with this energy. Where is this experience, this energy headed to? Where is this going? Where has it been? What is the macro sort of? Okay, so yeah, I think this comes down to communication, you guys. I feel like you're starting to become kind of like, wow, well, it's one thing to have the potential, it's one thing to acknowledge it. For some of you, there were too many questions in the connection, and it was not grounding enough for you. I'm just going to be honest like that. For some of you here, you were hoping that someone was going to really be there for you in a certain way that they just weren't able to show up for. And, you know, I see you kind of going from like, I wish they would just do this, I wish it would be like this or that, to like, they're not available. They're not emotionally available, especially. This is for some. And, you know, there's not really going to be anything happening here unless I am pushing the wheelbarrow, obviously. So I'm going to just, yeah, I'm not going to be the one in the relationship. It's us together, or I gotta be out of my mind. I'm here for remaining in the situation. I think that's what you kind of get to the point of. A little bit grim, but you take it as you will. Again, this is a shadow energy that we're pointing out. So the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, maybe, you know, there's a point where you say, well, this is a great lesson. You know, why did I put that person on a pedestal just because of that one little trait of theirs? I didn't look at them entirely as a whole, as a complete sort of universe and being, and say, well, do I really resonate with this person? So with the Five of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, yes, I think for some of you, it's, again, comes down to communication. The need to be able to communicate about certain things, I feel you might realize is just really necessary, is really required for a proper connection. Because, yeah, I mean, and that could be in so many ways. Maybe somebody here was just way too reserved, too shy, again, too much in the hermit mode, too private, too silent at times, and, you know, maybe it was just also just a little bit out of balance. So I think you're having massive realizations, and you do have that Ace of Swords in the current state. Yeah, so I think that you want to have a more grounded experience. I'd like to pull some cards when it comes to where you are headed to. You personally are headed to Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Hermit. Ah, interesting. Okay, obviously this is a general video, but for some, I feel like you may honestly reconnect with this person. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Hangman. These are the first three cards. For some of you, you might realize what it is that you like. You might step away from this connection and then you know, they will open space for them to be able to show up in the way they need to. And if they do truly do that, this is reminding me of the January readings that we did, the twin flame, single, and partnership stack. It was for a few different signs. We had something come through about, like, if it's meant to be, like, you know, they will come back. Like, if, let's say you have a misunderstanding, okay, you know, and not to say, oh, I'm going to leave so that they come back, but if that is truly, you know, if you're feeling that something is out of flow and out of touch a little bit, if you sort of say, well, I respect flow, so I'm going to go with the flow in my life and give attention and time to things and my energy to things that do align with me. If you do so, then you will understand whether or not this person is truly in the flow with you if they do return. And that's how you'll know, like, if it is a misunderstanding, then they will want to come back and reconcile. If they don't, there's probably something shady maybe going on actually, or they're just not in alignment with you. They're not going to be able to, why, it's like, does it feel good to hear I love you from someone if you had to ask 25 times for I love you from them, you know? The letter I coming through, N or Z and T, I-N-T. We also have tin, reminds me of the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, U. Oh, I was just gonna say, are we about to spell I love you? We've got A. So we have tin, we have tan, we have not. We also have nut, we have gnat, we have tau. Some of you possibly want to do some pranic energy flow exercises. We have it, in. I feel some of you really, again, like, you're like, well, I have admiration for this person, but I need to do me. I need to focus on me. And honestly, yes, if it happens to be, it'll be. Like, some of you maybe want to channel your energy into a creative project. I'm getting that as well. Some of you are very creative. The letter C, J. I do feel like this person will return if there was truly, like, if there is something here in this connection, they will return. If there is the flow here in your connection truly, let's clear it. If it was a misunderstanding, they will return. This is what I'm hearing. Z, N, like, I see someone almost kind of realizing, like, wait, maybe there was a misunderstanding. Like, think about it. If you walk away from someone and they're just like, okay, there's something going on there with that, okay? Like, there's some kind of ego as well, possibly, or they're just not, there's something they're hiding and they're avoiding you, and if they're avoiding you, then you really don't want to be around that, because that's a shadow. Why would we need to avoid things? The letter D, and so W/M. So I think Spirit's saying, be strong, okay, MD, they might be a doctor, be strong, okay, with how it is that you see your life, okay? Don't try to, because even if this person has information or knowledge or yada yada or however, it doesn't replace your perspective of the world and your life and your talents. Be really kind of, let's clear it. Yeah, smart does not mean, like, good or admirable. So this person maybe is a little bit snooty. Again, I just keep getting that energy, and if it is truly that they don't feel this way, you know, the universe will bring them back in, okay, to the conversation to sort of clear the so-called air. And that's just, so I feel like Spirit's saying, like, whatever's meant to be will be. Don't try to force the connection. And, you know, it's about a matter of energy. So if something is true, if it's real, if it's in alignment, if something was not meant in a certain way, the universe will bring that, that person, I'm also hearing, to their knees. Wow. That's very interesting. Okay. So, I'd like to get cards, though, very clearly on, or numbers on, if someone is to return. Can we have clues as to that? Because I don't want to leave, I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, like, am I now waiting, you know? Which is obviously, we just said is not the point. Like, if you're going to walk away, it's because you're acknowledging, like, your flow. But I want to get cards for if this person will be coming back, what you can expect. Like, so are they more so on the side of the spectrum of, like, being more in alignment? Yes. And if they're not, I want some letters on that too. We have, for if they're coming back, the letter A, I, N. Let's get some more. We have another N, or Z. We literally have Ann, A-N-N. We have Annie almost, U. We almost have Aunt. UA. We have Uni, UNNI. We almost have Nanny. We have Non, NAN. NIN as well. We also have None, NUN. But for some of you, with the letter I, this is like part one if you associate as very strong Neptune or Virgo, and further if these letters ring a bell for you, this person could be coming back. But for some of you with that INUAN, I'm also getting here for some. We also have UN. Yeah, they could work in the legal or something with politics. I'm hearing that as well. G, Guan, almost like Juan, like Juan. Lost my train of thought. I was going to say something here though. We have Gina. We have Gina, Gina. You also have Gun. We have Gain. Yeah, they may have a lot of focus on their finances as well. Again, they could be a very strong earth energy. We also have Zane. We have Zag. We have Gaz. That came through in the January reading we did last night. That's a word in Farsi. It's actually a type of candy with pistachios in there. Let's get a few more letters. Q. K. Yeah, we literally have IQ. This person is possibly someone who's just, they either have something going on with, so if you feel like you cannot read them, I think like you have trouble reading, and at times it just gets very standoffish. Again, I feel like a GQ, it's like step back from the connection and just allow them to show you who they really are when it comes to their humanitarian energies. Okay, you acknowledge them for certain traits and abilities and talents. You said, hey, I admire that you have these certain like know-hows even about you, but let me take a step back and see like how well do you do on the spectrum of your humility. I hear that as well. Like, can you be like human, or are you going to have too much of an ego, really, to get back to me? I'm hearing that as well. Let's clear it. X and Y coming through as well. Yeah, some of you have a very strong connection, I feel, with this person. I don't want to like keep you hanging on with this feeling here, but I do feel that for some of you this might be a very serious long-term soulmate, and if you're not in contact with this person, or you feel like you need to take a moment of separation from them, it's kin. We have kin, K-I-N. It's not, I feel like it's because you need to move through karma with this person. Like there are times, let's clear the energy. You have to move through waves. Okay. And so I think you both have a lot, maybe even to learn at times, like from one another. Like maybe this is more of a mirroring experience or a checkmate experience where it's like, wow, okay, like this person is making me realize that I have this tendency to do so-and-so in this way or that way. We'll let another letter F coming through. We have Fizz, Fix. This person maybe has trouble like letting people in. I hear that as well. Or letting people tell them very sensitive to criticism, but that could be a double standard. Like they may criticize others though. Yeah, they work in the health field for some of you, for sure. I'm also getting this person can be a little sarcastic. Fin, F-I-N. Anyways, I do feel that they do dismiss situations, and they don't show emotion, which is not true. Okay, it is not true that they don't feel something. They're able to just kind of like, yeah, so let's move into the letters for those who will not be, like, are more on the spectrum of, and this is if Spirit wants you to be aware of this now, those who are just not on the spectrum of alignment and Spirit's wanting you more to just kind of, like, acknowledge this as a shadow experience. We have the letter O, C, it's also C-O, maybe this is, like, a partner that you have, oop. Yeah, I feel like it started to fall apart, like they're just not responsible, maybe they're just not holding up their end of the work with you. N/Z and A. We have Con. Yeah, I think you know that this person, there's something not right. Something is dishonest. I feel like maybe even you have observed them being dishonest with somebody else around you. or even maybe they disclosed something to you about their work, and you started to get, like, you felt like they were sketchy and you needed to acknowledge certain things with them, and then they shut off, they shut down. Kona, C-O-N-A. I feel like Spirit's saying, hey, in a case like that, maybe it's just like they're protecting you from this person, like they don't want you to maybe, yeah, getting close to them. We have Choa, Cho, C-H-O, Cha, we have Cha, we have Chan, we have Chow as well. I think that's how it's spelled in Portuguese. Is it Chow? But in Italian, like, it would be a C-I-A-O. So we have Han as well, H-A-N. Yeah, I'm thinking of, like, the Han Dynasty even. We have Na. I think the way you'll know if this is just like a total like turn off moment is by the way that they're talking, like in the last few moments. Like if it's disrespectful, like if it's something, yeah, that's how you will know. We have the letter U coming through as well. We had Kona as well. We have Han. We have L. We literally have Cole. We have Hoax. Yeah. So I feel Spirit doesn't really want you investing in this, but you take it as you will. Like if you know what this is, I feel like this should be more of a moment of like, ah, I know what this is, and I know I'm, yeah. The letter I and L and I. We have Lee. So yeah, I think that you kind of you're able to appreciate here. I feel like this person, maybe at times we have Louis. Something is very inconsiderate or inconsistent. So let's clear the energy around. Like when you're around this person, there's something just kind of, we almost spell luck, but we're missing the K. We almost have Lucy. We have, yeah. So, we have Nile. For some of you, we have Hail. We have Call. We have Can again, yeah, we said. So, Hal. So, yeah, let's clear it. I feel like for some of you, the way you'll know this is as well, if you take things very seriously, or you have acknowledged, hey, this is really important to me, this is very important to me, and I care about this, and you're just dismissing it, okay, that's how you will know. That's how we literally have CIA here. They possibly they have a double life, you guys, I don't know, but you take it as you will, or you'll know what's going on. First, we have NH, New Hampshire, possibly. We have NO. We have Nolan. For some of you, though, as well, there's something maybe a little conservative about the situation, as well, that might be a clue. We have Hulsey? I don't know. Okay, but anyways, we have Nail as well. So, but for some of you, we have Clue as well. Okay. For some of you, we have, we almost have Clone. We have Clan. Again, Lynn, Nil. Okay, so before we go, like, really to the next level with the with these words, what I'm getting, though, is that there's something of even, I'm hearing CNN. Okay, just take it as you will. There was something here about your beliefs, or something even where, for example, like, you were in the space, and I'm just trying to make this so clear. You even, like, maybe told this person, let's clear the energy. there was something where you were very optimistic about something and then they were very pessimistic, or they were very much like, there's kind of this they would lower the vibe. That's how you would know. Whenever you're around them, we literally have INC, like in a corporation. There was something, maybe they just would put you down even in relation to something here. Okay, let's move into the next stack though. But yeah, so that stack there, with those letters, I feel like if they were putting you down, I feel like, or making you feel like you should have felt lucky, but you're feeling unlucky. Like they weren't they weren't empowering you. They were kind of, yeah, they were kind of like making it seem like it wasn't as good as it was, or that yeah, that's a clue for you that spirit's saying that person is just, they're more of shadow, or they're more in the shadow right now, and it's not to your benefit to engage them. Look at the reflection, what they've reflected, but look at what they're reflecting for you, and maybe ask yourself more like, it's more like, let's look back. What was I drawn to originally in that person, and what does that mean now? Because they've showed up with that talent now, okay? Like in the way that they are telling me they're willing to embrace that energy, and it's just not in harmony for me clearly. So it's not unbalanced for me, obviously. So let me look at what I want to do now about what I make of this experience. 10 of Wands, second stack. Let's get some clues here. Sorry about that. The phone cut there. We were literally just saying though that I was gonna say it's kind of ironic, like, that I don't think this is like a huge make or break like sort of moment with this person. Like I think you would get into tiffs or arguments like here and there, but sometimes maybe it gets like to the point where it gets close to like a breaking point. I feel like this is maybe more of like a dynamic of the relationship, which is a little bit, yeah, so interesting. Okay, 5 of Wands, different from that first stack a bit, but you always take it as you will. It doesn't have to be. Queen of Cups coming through. Okay, I'm just going to be honest here. I feel like some of you feel like there's actually quite a bit of potential with this person. I feel like you wouldn't actually want to let this person go, if I'm quite honest. Like, I feel like your connection is strong enough. The foundation of it is, you know, strong enough that you wouldn't actually want to leave the situation. Like, I don't see this as an active, like, breakup situation or a situation where you feel like something is fully ended or ending. I feel like you actually, if anything, maybe at times, like, things get a little insensitive, or you competitive, or you tease this person, or vice versa, and it gets a little out of control. Yeah. But there is a lot of like a very strong foundation here with the Queen of Cups and 6 of Cups. Like I feel like you'd never question, okay, leaving this person or vice versa, like at the end of the day. Like as much as joking we see, or as much of combative energy, I don't see you actually like leaving the situation, leaving this person. It's more like, I'm gonna go out to the garden, I'll see you later. It's like, you know, it's like you don't quite leave though. I see that. Yeah, I feel like when it comes down to it, like you truly do care for one another. Truly you do care for one another. This is what I'm hearing as well. Like if, for example, you got into an argument and this person was like seeing you in need of, like you had trouble with something, they would like, yeah, they would help you out. Like they would give you a ride. I hear that as well. Like, yeah, we have Y-I-O, Yo. I think it's more like, you know, like you guys have really good times. Like, yeah, I don't really see something super shadowy, but at times you might have shadow, and we will get further into it. Obviously there's, you know, if you're watching this as well, something at times, obviously every connection might have its shadow points and triggers, but on the whole, I feel like you guys really support one another. Like, you really actually have a lot of love, again, for one another. Like, I see a lot of respect in this connection as well. At times, though, it can sometimes feel like, you know, but I don't see it really, like, I don't see it really, like, being a matter of respect. I feel like you guys are very similar even. You have a lot of similarities here with the Queen of Cups, 6 of Cups, Page of Cups. We literally have I-O. And if we were to spell you like Y-O-U, we have I-O-U. It's like I-O-U, no I-O-U, you know? It's like, you're very still respectful with one another. I feel like at the end of the day, like you can never get into like a real argument. We have the letter T coming in. We have toy. It's like they will come back with like a gift. They want to like give you a gift. You, we literally have, yeah, I-O-U. It's like, I feel like you guys will go from like so much arguing, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, you both are like making up, like, you know, we have you, Y-O-U. Like, I think you could never imagine being apart from this person. We have X. Tux. You could be married to this person. or you guys are very, you have an experience with them that maybe you're even co-workers, like, or you have a business together and like you're just doing very well with one another. Like there are still moments, you know, there are still, let's clear it. I think that you guys have enough balance in the connection. Like if you do get into arguments, it never ends at that. Like you still have moments where like you're giving each other compliments. Like you'll say one mean thing and you'll say one nice thing kind of vibe, you know? It'll never go so far out. I don't really get like a strong platonic, like fucking, as we may see here in the fourth attack with the tower. Well, I'm just guessing, but we're gonna get to that. Yeah, this is the more like chill, like sometimes, you know, okay, fine, like, but if we got into an argument and I still see you on the street, I'll honk at you. Like, I'll be like, hey, you know, I don't think anyone here would want to ghost someone. I don't see any really negative energies, like, in terms of wanting to, like, cause someone some sort of distress. We have the letter C and A, cat, coat. Like, they're still respectful, even if you guys get into an argument. Like, they will still put your coat on your back. I see that. Tack. Talk. TikTok. I feel like you may like get into arguments, but then you quickly like you come back and you make a joke and you're laughing. We literally have dick. It's like this is the kind of thing where you can openly say like you're acting like a dick right now, and then you like smack them. This is just what I'm hearing. We have ditto. Let's clear it. W/M. I feel like you guys have very similar needs and desires. Like, you know, like you both will come back to the same point. We have Mac. We have lip. We almost have lipstick. Dot. We have .com. Maybe you guys own like some kind of business together. Maybe you are. We have lit. Let's clear it. Lim. Mit. TID. Tip. Pit. Dip. Mid. For some of you, you've been longtime friends. Like, I feel like you've known each other for years. We have lot. We have Lottie, L-O-T-T-I. We have Lodi, Lop as well. Kip, Kid, Kitty. It's clear. Hux. For some, we also have Yuck. I feel like you got silly with this person. We have Top. We have Pod. We have Docs. We have Dote. Doty. Dote. We don't have an E though, but okay. Doll. We have Doll. Okay. So yeah, we have Dump. Like maybe you guys again make jokes like I'm gonna dump you, you know, and then but then you guys like go together and have French fries and like milkshakes. I don't know. It's something like you can never like. You can never spend too much time, like, because I feel like he's a very strong soulmate. Like, you got, in the sense, everyone's a soulmate, but you come back. It's one of those, like, kind of easygoing, like, you still come back, listen to music together, and then you eat the same food together, and then, like, you go to bed, and, like, you burp, maybe even at the same time. FM, maybe you guys are, again, like, you have a joint business, N/Z. I feel like it's easy for you guys to make up. This is just what I feel. I don't get a strong Pluto, like, raging. I mean, and you could maybe watch other stacks if you feel guided. Lift. It's like you need a lift. I feel like you guys would literally get into an argument, and then a minute later you'd be like, hey, you need me, like, pick you up? Something like this. That's great. Tack. This is, listen, those of you who have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, this is foreign. This can be as foreign as it gets. Like, I can never imagine. We have to go down to the stake. If I get into an, you disrespect me, that's that. No, I feel like there's a lot of Gemini energy here. Like, maybe someone here has a lot of Cancer even. It's like, I could never, like, you know, I think you would feel really bad if, like, even someone had a certain idea of, like, something that you thought about them. It's like, oh my god, did they think that I said so-so? It's like something like that. It's like, never. We have XY. You guys do something together science-y, or you got even like some kind of business. Now, let's get a quick Celtic cross, like what's what. I just get these very like lighthearted energies. You might just be here watching this video. Maybe you're just like, hey, I'm just curious. Like, I feel like you don't have like some kind of ongoing sort of drama or whatnot, you know? It's quite, yeah, the Emperor. I think you know this person. Maybe they're just kind of like far away, and like sometimes you just get like sad that they're not with you. But like at the end of the day, like, you know, there's a lot of love. I see you guys have a business together, something. 3 of Pentacles in the deep past, 3 of Wands in the recent past, the World in the current state, 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, if anything, maybe like sometimes you'd like more attention from this person, but I don't see it as like an actual inherent like trait or quality that really, really irritates you. Maybe they're very much like a workaholic. Someone here is maybe a workaholic. We got the Devil. It could be a Capricorn, so we're gonna have a Capricorn. I'm here in Stellium, and a lot of energy here in Capricorn or Aquarius, even with the World coming through. Someone has a lot of Gemini here, you guys. Like, I feel like even when they get angry or upset, like, they come back on the mountain, like 4 of Cups, maybe with some kind of idea here. 4 of Cups in the advice. I see, like, a campfire. We have Judgment upright in the near future. Knight of Wands. I feel like you guys laugh a lot. Okay, take it as you will. In the opposite of hers, we've got the Moon. I feel, okay, let's get all the cards. And you lead out with the Hierophant, yeah. Some of you, all right, I think that, honestly, if you're not already married, you might marry this person. This is just what I'm feeling. For some of you here, you might start some business here online with this person, getting that as well. I think for some of you, you get triggered because there's not enough tension at times. Like, for the Moon to come out in the hopes and her fears, it's like those times where it's like it's too normal what's going on. It's like we don't have enough tension. What's going on? Like, why? Where is, like, you know, you're almost at times maybe you get paranoid because this is not for everyone, but for some you may get paranoid because okay, for some of you this person maybe works a lot. They're a workaholic. I'm hearing they're a trainer. They train. Okay. Like, you're almost thinking, like, it's too good to be true. Like, really? Let's clear it. But I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, like, nah. They're like, they would never do something like that. This is maybe, you have fears, though, you know, with the Moon and the hopes and her fears. Like, you worry, you wonder, like, but what if that is the case of what's going on? We have the H coming through. I feel like they'll never really keep you hanging. HN, NH, New Hampshire may also be. We have V coming through as well. O. I feel this person is, like, this is a clue for some. They're working very hard maybe to save up, and they want to maybe take a vacation with you. I feel like you guys maybe either did do traveling, a lot of traveling, or you will. They could also be someone who's very even-tempered and, like, or someone is in this connection that really, really pisses you off sometimes because it doesn't, like, you're wondering where's the next, you know, where's the next move we make together? Like, where's the passion at times? Let's get, though, if you happen to be in separation with a person, maybe, for example, even they're, like, you guys are at a distance, let's get, energies as to if that energy is going to return, or if it's just shadow. So I'm assuming that some are watching here where there could be some shadow, like, where there is some of that energy of, like, you know, well, maybe it's not the time to return or reunite. Like, you know, you want to kind of recall what it was that you were attracted to, but still move on with, you know. So for who's returning, we got the Queen of Pentacles. They could have a lot of earth in their chart. You might be that Queen of Cups, someone who is very sensitive, and I feel like you can never really, like, I'm hearing so-called lash out at them. Hierophant. They could have a lot of Taurus, a lot of Venus in the chart. Ace of Swords. At times they might kind of be really too much into their business, and, like, for some of you, you might get worried that that's a red flag. It's like you get really freaked out. The Chariot. Someone could have a lot of Cancer. They could have a home-based business. Someone here could even be married, or they have a family here. Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. It did come through in reverse with the 2 of Swords upright. Some of you here are at a point with this connection. If you are not in contact, maybe you got really concerned that something was going down. You got really offended. For some of you, it's like, is that what you're doing? For some of you, you feel like maybe even at times their silence or their stoicness can translate as, like, maybe even cheating. Like, you got paranoid. Let's get some letters on, but I feel like if you're resonating with this person, you guys will reunite, but you take it as you will. Like, I feel that they're not a shadow. to you. They're not a shadow person. Again, I feel like you're already either married or you will be married to this person, or there's something of a very strong connection. That is to be, like, if you got into a tiff, I don't think it's going to end there. G, N, good night, good morning. Maybe they'll still say, like, hey. Hey, literally. H. B. BHN, BH, BN, BG, GB. Maybe, like, I'm hearing someone's like, hey, be right back, but, like, it takes a long time to get back. O. Bon. Hob. Maybe they spend a lot of alone time. It's like, what are you doing, like, for all of that time? Like, I'm seeing someone's, like, very introverted even. Like, they're in their hobbit house kind of vibe. It's like, oh, supposedly you're like, really? But are you really? Like, I think that you get, like, paranoid. This is for some. But because, how do we say? But I don't, not to the point where, like, you would show up and be like, oh my God, are you really doing that? It's like, I think you just kind of maybe have an imagination sometimes. We have the letter Q coming through. We have bun, we have hug, we have bug, bog, nog, run, burr. We have part of the word boqueria, nur, N-U-R. We have na, N-U-H. We have W, wan, bow, bow, born, wan, again, wob, W-O-B, QR. Yeah, again, I feel some of you have something like some business online, like maybe you even like launched a startup together. I just see that QR, like QR code. A, K, let's clear it, arc, and P and C. We have cork. So yeah, I think that there's like a lot here that you guys know about this person. I think it's more just like in the meantime. Maybe, for example, they take a long time to get back to you and that worries you. So let's see what else is going on. We're going to pull now for the shadow energies where this person is maybe like more shadow and they're not coming back, or you guys won't be reconciling like as you have maybe decided it. Like, what is some energy or just confirmation there for you? Okay. A few more cards want to come through here. Yeah, some of you, okay. If you've like gotten to the point where you've absolutely lost sleep, like, and you felt like there were boundaries crossed, okay, and maybe lessons learned where you said, hey, okay, this is a relationship that's helping me understand that this is not my standard. That situation, I feel like you're pretty clear on that, and you've walked away, or you've decided, oh, you like the role that you'd like this to play in your experience. U-O-R-S. Yours. I feel like some of you maybe even possibly got into a divorce with this person, or you made a decision to walk away. Ours, like maybe there were finances involved and you even sold something, rationed something off. S-E-J. We almost have ourselves, Z-N, sell. We almost have sell, X. We have sex, Rex. And we have yes. For some of you, like, you'll know what this is. This person was not able to show up for you. They were not able to show up, like, possibly. And, I mean, it may not be that there is no hope. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like regardless with this stack, like, overall, like, we already have that really strong, like, initial energy that we picked up on. Like, even if maybe there's a period of time where you say, I just can't be involved now. So let's get into that third stack. We have the Eight of Cups. Like, I just don't feel that that is a doomed energy, but you always take it as you will. If you are feeling really triggered here, what is going on? Ace of Cups upright, Eight of Cups. Let's clear it. There's a lot, but let me just clarify this in relation to the last stack. Like, doomed doesn't necessarily, I'm talking like physically. Like, I personally am getting the sensation that even if you do have a separation, like, you may come back together. I don't know, I'm getting that, but you may always make your decision. Ace of Cups, the Four Swords. Ace of Cups upright, Four Swords reverse, Eight of Cups, letter H. I'm hearing Huckleberry Finn, H-U-N. We have Nur again, N-U-R. We have Na, Ru. We have Your. We have Our. We have O. We have Ho. We have Ox. QR, again, similar to the last stack, interesting. And V, Vox. Okay, we almost have hurry. I'm seeing hurry here. We have view, VR, RV, row, okay, so we have horn. Okay, so let's see what else. Hux, again we have that. Okay, so Four of Swords in reverse, Ace of Cups upright, Eight of Cups upright. I feel some of you here, like, if you're feeling very triggered, I feel like you have a lot of passion for this space. Like, I feel this is a classic, like, I am triggered situation. Like, I feel like we've had so many experiences and I feel really irritated that we're not sort of, yeah, like that guy outside honking right now. It's like, I'm not able to really find resolution with the situation. I'm hearing that, like, you feel almost dependent on this person. You feel like you put so much into this experience with this person. And it's almost like, for some of you, I feel like you don't want this connection to end. It feels like you manifest something here from this experience. It's funny, we said horn and there's like honking out there like crazy. For some of you, I feel like you feel like the situation, even like someone maybe owes you an apology and you're having a really hard time letting this go. I feel like there's a lot of like the matter of the fact, the mantra with the Four of Swords as well. Some of you maybe feel like someone kind of, they treated you like not right. We also have earn here. You know, it's just, yeah, I feel like some of you feel it was the way that the connection was handled by this other party. It's like you felt that possibly they just didn't do a good job at communication. I'm hearing that as well. Like maybe they were really rude to you with the way that they left you the last you met. We have the letter S and the letter N / Z, H, V, VHS. I think for some of you, well, right here we do obviously see a focus on Scorpio energy. We see a very strong focus on the element of water, Pluto energy, Mars energy, 8th house energies. There's something you want renewal for, but I get a classic, like, I'm not going to be the one to, like, you know, there's a tug of war energy. Like, I'm not going to be the one who comes back and, like, you know, says, like, sorry, or, like, you know, I shouldn't come back and be like, hey, you should have said that. HS, high school, possibly. SN as well, screen name maybe. VSN, not sure. VS, versus. NH, maybe New Hampshire. Like, I think maybe you guys have a little bit of like a combative energy. Let's get some more clues. Let's get here at Celtic Cross. I think someone's behavior with you was shocking, and like you had an expectation of how you would have liked them to like manage that interaction, and they just didn't, and it was really disappointing to you. And I feel like you're trying maybe to get over the situation, like you are not wanting to be in the situation, but then you still feel triggered, like that this person owes you an apology. This is what I'm hearing. You feel like you want this person to like be honest with you about what went down in the past, and like they're just maybe avoiding you or something of this nature, or you feel like it's a stalemate situation. So what I'm hearing is you don't need this person to do or say anything to feel whole and complete. And if you do, there's the question of maybe, let's look at the Eight of Cups, which is the original card. Like, what did you put into the situation? What did that represent to you? And what did you want them to give to you back? This is a little bit ironic because it's like, how did we get to the 8th cut? Like, I see someone saying, that's it. This was a waste of my time. Like, I put so much into this and I'm getting nothing out of it back. Is the so-called illusion maybe of the feeling. Okay. because we learn, even if this is the end of the storyline, right? Where we say, well, I put in 8 cups and like they're ignoring me. You know, if that's the situation, then this is the lesson. It's like, why did I put in 8 cups? And more so, let me think, what did each of these cups mean to me? What's that energy that I put into the relationship symbolically? What does that represent as something I would have liked for this person to give me back? So for example, maybe it's that, hey, I kept giving them love. I kept showing them affection. I kept showing up for them on an emotional level, and I did not get anything back. That tells me that that's something that is of value to me, and it wasn't respected in this experience. So why am I here putting so much out of myself, okay, to have someone show up for me, to show me love? I feel for some of you there's a strong focus on the element of Mars and Pluto, Scorpio. I feel some of you know at a certain point that this person does not have the capacity. I'm sorry. They're not emotionally mature. They're not emotionally at the point to be, I mean, because why would we have to get to the 8 of Cups? Why would it have to get to the point of the 8th cup for us to realize that something is off or not fair or wrong or out of balance, right? Why would we have to get to the blow up point as well, as what I'm hearing with that energy where we say, that's it, I'm gonna like, you know, I see a lot of like passive aggressive energy or like avoidant energy where it's like, that really bothered me, but I never said anything until I got to the 9th cup. You know, it's something like this maybe. So I think that some of you realize someone is not emotionally mature enough for you or where they need to be at. They're not going to be able to really show up in this relationship the way that you need them to. This is just what I'm hearing, but you always take it as you will. We'll get further clues. But with the 8 of Cups upright, the feeling I'm getting is that you know that, but it's more just like, why? I feel like you're in the moment of like, you're still looking and focusing at, why is it that I did that? Maybe you do feel a little bit like, why did I like, you know, expect that of them? Or why did I feel that maybe there was hope when clearly they were showing me that there wasn't? So maybe you're worried why. One second. Some of you are, okay, this is what I'm getting. It's obvious that this person's not showing up in the way you need them to, one. But with that 8 of Cups, there is still this feeling of like a little bit, I see you still thinking about whatever this is. You still may be a little paranoid about whatever this is. Paranoid maybe a little bit about what went down. Like, you know, you're still thinking like, but why? Like, maybe you're taking it personally even like, and you're almost trying to like force this person to be emotionally mature when they're obviously not. They're not. They cannot be. Because listen, even if this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that you're wrong for wanting love with this person, but it's like ironic. Like, I truly feel, I'm going to call it out. I feel like if this person were to show up on that 9th cup, when you walk away at the 8th and they turn around, they say, hey, that's even not going to be enough for you. That's not going to do it for you. I feel like you're someone who has a very strong need for emotional depth. Like, they cannot deliver that. They don't have it in stock. It's like, you know, I see you like knocking on a door like at Best Buy. It's like, do you have this like one type of like microphone? It's like, they don't. If they go find another store, this person does not have the capacity to love you. I'm just hearing that. Spirits, this is spirit. This is not Natalie. This is not me. This is not my personal message to you. I'm a channeler. I'm channeling here. So this is what spirit wants to say to you. Like, maybe it's not that they don't have this capacity in the long term, but right now they are not able to actually acknowledge the fact that you have given them what you've given them. So that in and of itself is the point. Like, you see what I'm saying? Yes, they're emotionally mature, you guys. They're not able to acknowledge, yeah. But I do feel that this is not like an absolute, but for some, we're gonna get further clues. Like, if this person, if there is hope for the situation, like if physically in 3D, or if spirit says, hey, this is more of a shadow relationship, like it's time to move on, it's time to let go. Like, we're gonna get clues on that. We're gonna get some letters as well, so that you can just kind of be sure, like, to have that confirmation of, okay, yeah, I think it's just time for me to like absolutely move on from this. But for some of you, like, this person also just does not have respect for unfortunately possibly women, or they just are not mature, you guys. With the Empress in reverse and you lead up with the Lovers, like, you feel like you have to play very silly games to get this person even to just say the simplest of shit with you. Okay, very simple. And I feel like you're someone who's very mature. You have a lot of like, you know, you may have had more experience in relationships, or you're someone here who is like much more emotionally like deep. You're a deep ass person. You need someone here who's gonna really be like willing and brave to write you some poetry. Like, let's get real. Let's get honest here, please. Okay, yeah. So let's get further. If someone is coming back, so-called, okay, if there is well, I want to actually start, yeah. If someone is coming back, let's continue with that. Queen of Swords. If Spirit's saying, hey, not all is lost. Okay. What are some clues? Yeah, this person, maybe just, okay, let me get to this. There, yeah. So they are, for sure, no matter what, there's an immaturity energy here, okay, with the Emperor in reverse, Empress in reverse, Queen of Swords right, but there is definitely a long-term as potential here in such a big way. It's very exciting, okay, but I think that the point is the approach. I think it's a matter of saying, hey, I realize that, you know what, we do have this potential, but I also realize that you're not reaching it, you're not acknowledging it. So instead of me trying to make it so that you do acknowledge it, I'm going to step back, I'm going to step away, and I'm going to make sure that I don't feel like this, at least, okay? Where I'm like feeling all 9 of Swords. I'm crying your tears for you. I'm staying up so late. Okay, trying, you know, feeling a certain which way about something that I have no control over. I cannot force you to grow up. I hear it like this. Queen of Swords. This is someone here possibly who has something when it comes to the concept of women. Maybe they haven't had a number of experiences here enough, like with women, to be able to understand how to handle a woman. I'm hearing that as well. Not like a little girl in the sandbox, but like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Let's get real here, please. Okay, Queen of Swords. No, like, and it's something of that nature. Like, it's not that there's no hope. It's just that they need to really maybe grow up and learn how to speak to women. Like, okay, yes, but as an emperor. They need to learn how to speak to an empress as an emperor. Okay, and this is, we're not talking gender, right? For gender. We're talking the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. Okay, just respect in general, because it is reflective, right? I mean, we can really say the opposite as well. To speak to an emperor like an empress. It's reflective. When you are disrespecting someone, then it's kind of like you're disrespecting yourself. So I think that this person has to kind of realize who they are as well. Maybe they don't see themselves at, you know, there's something going on, you guys, with their even mantra, how they were brought up. Maybe they had a not very loving female figure in their life when they were, but that's also not your problem. So I want to get some letters though. Like, you're not here to, you know, child rear them, but the thing that you can do to help assist in them maturing is stepping away when the behavior is not right. We have the letter O, T, and I do feel like you have potential with this person, but it is a matter of maturity, and potential doesn't mean you stick around in that situation. I feel it's more like, because I have respect for you, I'm going to step away because I don't want to appreciate the fact that you're not appreciating yourself, okay? Like, if you're disrespecting me, you're not appreciating yourself. The letter C, we almost have gotcha. I feel this person will understand truly. If they have respect, okay, for you and the relationship and, well, the story overall, they will understand. We have we almost have gold. We almost have goal. We have H, gotcha. Almost gotcha. Let's get some more. I think that's I. Yep. QI, IQ. Yeah. Maybe they're not they don't understand, like, maybe what really turns a woman on, or like what turns you on. Like, not that there's some sort of sweeping generalization to that, but they don't really realize that, like, it's not about being smart. It's like, that doesn't make the emperor the emperor. It's like, you have to acknowledge the empress. Like, this is maybe someone, I see someone playing like Pokemon cards, like, they don't realize, like, this is nothing wrong with anything, but I'm just hearing that, like, they don't realize that, like, it's about the empress within the spectrum of the emperor and vice versa. It's not like, I see someone who believes that they are just the emperor and that they're floating around in the palace, like, as just the emperor with no one else who gives them that storyline. I'm here to account for. I don't know, you guys. They're a little bit maybe self-centered, a little bit like, I'm hearing prejudice. I don't know. You have to take it as you will. Maybe again, it's their upbringing. I don't think they're inherently, like, if they are not inherently like a shadow person, which I feel Spirit is saying, if you resonate with whatever is coming through right here, they're not necessarily like a shadow person. It's just they're immature and they need to grow up. But again, that Spirit saying that does not mean that you remain and that you need to stick around in that situation and like wait for that, right? Because the true empress will not tolerate the behavior. We have Quilt. This person is kind of like a child, love and light, but yeah. We have Nikhil. Like, I see someone wrapped up in a blanket. It's like, can you, yeah, we have Quota. We have Quote. No, we don't have Quote or Quota. We were missing A and E. A, there we go. And V. VA. Maybe they're a veteran. They could be older. We have Vale. We have Vale, yeah. We have Vin. Vaughn. We have W/M. We have will, win. Yeah, they're still in the antagonistic mode of like, they think the Emperor, this is just what I'm seeing, like, they think it's an antagonistic energy. It's like a sibling rivalry, but it's like, hello, we're in a relationship. What are you doing? Like, why are you trying to, it's antagonistic. We have Hill. I really think, though, that it's just a matter of maturity. They're not mature, you guys, yeah. So let's get, though, if someone is a shadow, and we do have the letter B as well, if somebody is a shadow and Spirit's saying, hey, like, it's really time to just kind of, like, walk away. I'm seeing a train here, like a subway. Some factors. We have the 3 of Wands. They could be very young. I feel like you tried to give this person a chance, like, but they were very immature from the get-go. King of Pentacles did come through in reverse. We have Temperance, 8 of Wands. Some of you, this was just, like, a very physical or lusty situation right off the bat, and you knew it, and you were hoping that there would be more, but they're just kind of like, maybe there's actually like something physical here. They can't show up, or they're not showing up. Let's get further. H. F. This person could be a partier as well. I hear that. The letter S. Like, you realize, wow, you're putting time and energy and effort into other things. You're not spending time coming through to me. No. We have SF, San Francisco possibly. You're not coming through to me. What the fuck? You're not being responsible, like putting in the effort. Like, this is for some of you. We have N/Z. I'm hearing enough. W/M. Yeah, women. Maybe they make comments about women as well, very derogatory. Like, I think that for some of you, this has been to the point where you're like, you even maybe saw like some picture somewhere. It's like, oh my God, wow. Like, no. That's like not okay. For some of you, there's something physical going on though. Maybe this person, I'm just hearing it. Like, maybe when you're physical with them, like, it's so, oh my God, I'm getting a weird vision. I don't know, you guys, but you take it as you will. Like, I'm seeing someone like doesn't, this is weird, but I'm gonna say it, channeling her, they don't finish with you. I don't know what. Like, I see someone going somewhere else. Like, I don't know what that's about, you guys. NT, TN, TM, maybe they're private sexually, even they could be quite religious as well. K, R, freak, we almost have freak, but they're not, okay, they're not showing up for you. This is for some, and you'll know that. We have SM, I'm hearing street as well. Maybe you saw them on the street, like in San Francisco or something. This is just something so come through. Week. It's like, I'll see you like tomorrow. No, actually this week, next week. It's like they're putting something off, possibly. RH coming through. This reminds me of that store, Restoration Hardware. We also have FT, feet. FTW, for the win. We also have in. Kind of looks like an I, that H. I think for some of you, you're just intellectually, like, you cannot connect with this person. No offense, love and light, but yeah. I mean, it's just even in terms of, like, your texting, like, they maybe don't have, like, I don't know, guys. Let's pull up just a few more. But I feel like we've got it. We've got the letter C. They're cold with you or something, like H-O. Cho. This came through in the first stack. Cho. We also have ho, hawk. I'm hearing ad hoc, G. Like, you had to kind of, we have cog. We have hog. We have go. Yeah, guys, they, let's clear. Hold on. I'm hearing go. I'm hearing change. Let's get further. CHW. They're not reliable, I'm hearing as well. KWHC. There's a lot of, like, back and forth, like, chasing. I hear that. Like, maybe they push you away. It's like, come here, wait, no. It's like, they're not mature, though. I hear that again. Like, they're not able to hold a conversation even, maybe, long term. Let's clear the energy ground. Possibly. It can be. Or they change their mind often. Their plans are not reliable. Maybe they say, oh yeah, I'll show up, and then like they change their mind like last minute, and it really throws your schedule off, okay? It throws you off. I see someone on a bus here, on a subway. For some, they're very kind of close-minded and conventional as well. I'm hearing that. For some of you, maybe it's their religion, Temperance and the King of Pentacles. It can be. I think at first you tried to keep an open mind, and then it started to become really oppressive for you. Like, no, it's actually starting to bleed into my relationships, the way that I carry out my life, my lifestyle. I'm trying to be like understanding. No, I gotta go. Like, this is not my standard. I hear that as well. I think you started to lose respect, like where you had respect at a certain point for the situation, like you started to lose respect. So for some of you though, I feel like it's something, it's in their communication abilities. Let's just get a few more. O, N, another N, non, also Z, Z-O-W/M, Monday. Yeah, there's something about the schedule. Like, it's just not responsible, guys. Behavior. Let's clear it. Won. It's like, I won, haha. They don't take anything seriously. It's something like that. Zo. We also have Z-O. Like, I don't get a strong person here from that. Let's clear it. Love and light, but you look how this guy is like he doesn't have a strong character. Like, this is someone who avoids situations, doesn't come through and say, hey, yes, I'm showing up. No, I'm not. Like, at least if you're not showing up, like, look at me in the eye and say it. Don't turn your back. Like, it's so rude. Ugh. Let's clear the energy. Let's get a few more letters. N, M, W, Northwest, possibly. K. Again, we have week, H, HK, Hong Kong, possibly HN, HW, homework. I'm too busy. Like, they don't actually, yeah. So, there's something where they're not, like, saying really what's even going on. They're more just, like, avoiding, like, having a conversation about whatever that is. There's something about time as well. I feel this person may have, kind of, like, not shown up physically. So let's move into the next stack, the Tower. And, yeah, I mean, it's all how you take it, right? Maybe you want to check out different stacks as well. This is obviously a general reading. Take it with a grain of salt. But for some, like, there's something like physical. Maybe they're just not mature physically. And they can be intimidated as well. I'm getting that. But I think at a certain point, it's like you cannot, like, mature them, you know, for them. So the Tower we've got here. Next. Let's clear the energy. Oh, shit. Some of you here are really irritated with someone. Very upset here with someone. We got the Death card, we have the Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Some of you feel someone did you really, really wrong here, really, really dirty, really, really, really shady. Let's clear it. This is a Pluto streak. The letter O. I feel this like pressure in the sacral chakra, the root chakra. You feel like somebody here just kind of played you. This is for some. We're gonna get into it. The letter T, A, Tau. That came through in the first stack. I see someone's like, that's it. I'm gonna throw the towel in. We have the letter H, N, or Z. We have Han, H-A-N, T-A-N, tan, hat as well. We have Nat, Z-N, Zo. We have Zoo, came through in the last stack as well. Q, W/M. I'm hearing D-M as well. We don't have a D, but I'm hearing that. D, U. Someone wants revenge here. You guys know I'm getting that. Like, they want, I'm hearing Tut. Someone is, Mutt. We also have Mutt. You guys, this is someone here who wants to, like, we also have Hut. We also have Huzzah. For some of you, like, you want to give this person a piece of your mind, is what I'm hearing. We have Nut. We have Numb. We have Tum. We have Taz, Tasmanian Devil. This person, like, really maybe triggered you, like, you really triggered me, okay? Ton, we have Ton. We have Tam. Tom as well. K. Yeah, okay, let's clear. Someone is very triggered, you guys. This is like, if I had to choose like a most triggering energy, it would be the stack. this is a classic, like, Pluto energy, Pluto streak, towers, like, he doesn't dare treat me like that. I'm hearing that. Oh my God. We have the death card as well. This is the card of Scorpio. I see someone even like hiring a detective. Oh my God. It's like hiring another person. I'm here scope out the area. Like they're like hiring people to like literally maybe even like find someone or stalk someone or hunt someone down, kind of. Oh my God. The letter W, the letter M on the Chariot in reverse. Like where did they go? Like who do they think they are? Oh dear. We have the 8 of Pentacles again, number 8 associated with Scorpio. 8 of Pentacles. This is a hardcore Saturn Pluto trigger with the moon as well showing up. Ace of Wands. Someone feels like someone, maybe there's a child involved. I don't know. Love and light. But I feel like someone feels like you really kind of just, you're shady. I'm hearing that. You took also too long to get back to me. What's your problem? I'm hearing that. The letter M. Someone feels disrespected, you guys. The letter D. And I. Dip. Yeah, he just dipped. I'm hearing that. We have MD as well. That came through in the first stack. PM. We have IM. We have ID. Some of you, this person, we have MIDI. M-I-D-I. Like MIDI tape maybe, or mid. For some of you, this person, like, they left. They maybe ghosted or they left something. PD. BD. BDP. BID, bid. Maybe they like took someone's like information. I don't even know. Maybe they're working with a fake name. MBD, MBP, PM. Yeah, we said, right? BIP, BIP, S. I'm also hearing like blip. So maybe some of you, like, it's the way someone handled a situation. Like, that was so rude. He just basically ghosted me. I'm hearing that. You just like got up and left like in the middle of our dinner. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know, guys. Yeah. Blip. B-L-I-P. Sip. Slip. Dill. Dim. V. J. JV. Some of you, this person could be an athlete, or let's go, not for everybody. Or back up. There's something competitive here. Maybe they even like took your work and you're like really pissed off. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, bro, you just literally took my idea. I'm hearing that as well. And like, you're just doing everything for yourself now. I hear that with, I don't know, guys, what does that mean? But I feel there's a financial side to this. Like, this is maybe even like a whole company, like a hierarchy energy of like whatever this is will affect like even a whole empire. This is what I'm hearing. Like, I see someone like broke up with someone and it's just a whole thing. Or maybe they stepped away. We have letter A and Q. I feel like there are more issues than AQO. We have AO, Q, X. So, QA. Some of you, this is illegal, something illegal. You might want to like, I don't know, there's something. We also have C, Cokes. We almost have taco. We have an F popping out as well. Faco, fax. Yeah, I'm hearing de facto, fact. There's something going on legally for some of you. I feel like, yeah, someone is gonna possibly like, they want to take someone down here. Love and light, but yeah, this is for some, like, I don't know, hopefully, like, whatever it is, though, because I feel like someone is, there's a lot going on here. In the deep past, we have the lovers. Maybe this was something like, we were more casual, but then they kind of made it seem like it was more than that, and then you feel completely, like, wrung around. The King of Pence, the Magician in your advice. Some of you might want to really take on, like, legal representation. I feel like you're very triggered because you felt like this person has no morals, and they kind of, let's clear it, but they're also, they put on like they're very opportunistic, you guys. Maybe this is what you feel. Hopefully this is not the case. Maybe there's something of a toned down resonance with this. Okay, maybe you want to check out another stack. Like, if you know that this is like not your full-on story. Some of you didn't want to feel that this person would do such a thing. Like, you thought that they were your friend. Okay, with the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Like, no, they don't have morals is what I'm hearing. Like, maybe you realize that. 5 of Cups. We're going to pull in just a second, like, clarifiers for if this person maybe is, like, possibly there's even a misunderstanding at a certain point, or if there was so-called, like, a reunion, some energy in association with that, because how is it that we would have like every person watching this deck that it wouldn't be possibly, you know, the possibility for a reunion? So I want to make that clear so that you are like very clear on, well, this is for sure something I don't want to be involved in, and yeah. But the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, like someone left you out in the cold, high and dry, okay? They're very selfish, you guys. I'm sorry. The King of Pentacles and the energetic pathway, Nine of Swords, like they when they know that you're hurting, they know that you're fucking crying, you're up at night, like they know obviously that what they're doing is totally, this is for some, they're aware. They even, like for some of you, they took your money. I don't know. Guys, like, let's clear it. They have no shame. No shame. This is for some. Now, if Spirit is saying, well, maybe there is something here, okay, that maybe there's a misunderstanding. Let's just pull 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands in reverse. Maybe you guys just haven't seen this person in a while. Like, you knew them in the past and they're not showing up. The 6 of Wands. Let's get some identifiers. We have the Devil as well here with Judgment. It could be, I'm hearing a Scorpio. They could have a lot of something with a Saturn energy of finances. They could be a Capricorn as well. We have the letter C, F. I'm hearing Cliff, Clifton, Cliff Notes, Cliff, W. Maybe you guys have like assets. Like you had assets with this person. Maybe you wrote, like, I'm just seeing like musicians who wrote a song together. We have the letter O. We have cow. We have NZ. Like, I feel like someone, we have, again, New Hampshire coming through. This is coming through in so many piles. NH, like New Hampshire, possibly. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. We have Juan now. Like, I feel like you guys had a business even at a certain point, and then in the end, it's like, they fucking, like, took your idea and just, like, ran with it kind of vibe. This is for some. I'm hearing the letter D here. Like, they act, I don't know, you guys. The letter U. Fun. They act so different now. I don't know. We don't have time for this. This is really hurtful. I feel like you have decided to move on. But for some of you, like, there might be some kind of, like, redemption energy. I don't know. Like, this person may... For a small number of you, there might be a misunderstanding, and it's like, hey, like, I either I won't do it again, or like I would never do that. Like, I'm sorry you thought that, you know, but maybe they're hurt, you're hurt, and you haven't talked, and so there's a lot of like possibly even like assumptions or assuming that something was in a certain way. I feel like there's possibly time where you're not talking about it, you're not communicating, but it is feeling like it's in a very particular way, and that's like really hurtful. Cha, we have Cha, we have Chan. For some of you, I am actually getting that maybe you even, like, for example, I'm going to give an example of what I'm seeing. Like, you wrote a song together, and you wrote it together, and then this person just disappears. I hear that. It could be a metaphor. Like, they just sort of, like, up and out, like, didn't even, like, I don't know, but, it was something about the timing even, or just the, let's clear it. Yeah, I feel like you really got very upset with whatever happened here, and at least, like, there was the feeling that this person was, like, using you even, or kind of, like, taking advantage or being opportunistic with, let's clear it. I keep hearing Cliff. We have Moan. We have Moan. I don't know, take it as well. Monday. Moana we have as well. Hum, yeah, something about music possibly. Nom, Noam, Choa. Let's clear it. So, yeah, I mean, take it as you will, but I just feel like there's something that you ended up losing from this situation, and you felt really like, wow, what an ass. Like, they just let, and it's possibly that there is a misunderstanding, but, like, still, it should have been handled in a different way. Like, why did you just leave me hanging like that? Okay, I'm seeing this. Let's clear it. So if there is a redemption energy, I feel like there will be some period here where it's like, you know, that's not cool, okay? And I feel like maybe you stop talking to this person for a period of time because it came off like in a certain way. And then if you do come back with this person, it's going to be like, they're going to have to really clarify, like, maybe it's not that it really wasn't like that, you know? So, but let's get some further clues, like if this is a total shadow energy. Let's clarify. That spirit wants you to just completely let go of Seven of Swords. Like you have some kind of confirmation that they may have been pretty dishonest, okay? To like, if they openly like came out even and said like, well, but even in that case, there could be maybe a misunderstanding. So heed your personal intuition and look at the letters that come out as well, if you feel guided, or other stacks, but for further confirmation. But like they took something of yours, maybe even, and like reposted it. I see that. Maybe even without like permission. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, there's something just totally inappropriate going on here. Either they're making money off of you in a way that was really not okay. Like it was taking like your name, your assets, your number, your yada yada, and just like taking a whole bang of the buck off of it. Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups. It could even be like, again, a co-partner. I get the vibe of someone doing like knockoff, like they're knocking off your brand or something and they're just making money off of that kind of vibe. N-O, no. Yeah, I think this is a hard, like, John. We have John. This is a hard no. We literally have John. Literally. We have Joe as well. We have NJ. We have also Jonah. We also have Ho. H-O. Ho, ho, ho. W. We definitely don't have ha, ha, ha. This is not funny. We have Juan. WJ. I'm hearing Wall Street Journal. The letter T. We have tow his car. That came through in the Leo reading for January. Tow, from last night, the love reading that we did for each of the signs. I thought so-and-so. It's like, no. Okay, we have NJ again. For some of you, we have Joe. Let's clear it again. Yeah, John. Again, Jot. Yeah, someone took someone's notes. It's like, what are you doing? We have now. We have not. Let's clear it. I am going to be honest. I feel like in the majority of this stack, I feel like you have had enough like clues to be like, this person is not trustworthy. And even if it is, yeah, I mean, like it should be so clear, like that behavior will give off this kind of vibe. So what are you doing? Like, unless you respect our connection, why would you give this impression off like that? That you don't respect my assets even, I'm hearing that. Maybe someone here, like they promoted your content without letting you know. I hear that we have ha coming through now. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, yeah, not funny. No. The hand that feeds. I hear that. K, we have Hank. N, Han. We have hack. Like they did something that was just out of line. Like you hacked me. I'm hearing that. Oh hell no. Nah. Some of you, this is related to some song that you wrote with this person. I'm hearing caw, caw. I don't know. I'm hearing that though. Take it as you will. Maybe they even made fun of you or something, or like, I keep hearing hand. Maybe they even like posted a picture of you without letting you know, or like they said something about you. But it's just, I think that it's something that you just, the energy was disrespectful. And even if they did not mean, like, let's just clear it. Whatever it is, no matter how it is, the handling of the situation for you, you felt, you got to know them very well by that. Okay, so I think obviously it's up to you whether or not you want a reconciliation with that person, but if they do happen to so-called come back or come through with an apology, it's like, we do have the Ace of Swords on the page. It's like, or at least some answer. It's a question of, you know, do you want to admire this person for anything any longer? I don't know. I mean, it's reminding me a little bit of that first stack. Like maybe there are things about this person that at a certain point in time you said, wow. But when you look at it in consideration with the other factors and facets of their personality, I feel for a large number of you that there's really not much going on. I feel like that the negatives, so-called, really outweigh and dilute the positives in the situation. Like, what good is it if you're very good looking but you have no morals? What good is it if you're very good looking but you don't, you know, really have any humility? I'm hearing that as well. This is like an example, okay, but with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords, like, you know, it's like, I think you just don't want to make sacrifices, like, and you do want to value you in the situation. So for some, like, if they do come through and make some sort of like massive grand apology, or there's some major miscommunication and they're coming through like, hey, I realized like that was inappropriate, or this is not right, or there's some misunderstanding, maybe, yeah, let's clear it. Possibly some of you, there might be a gap of time, I'm seeing here, the week coming through, where you don't talk to this person, but then you clarify things. Like, that might be a clue for you. And again, this is the general video, so always take it as you will. Like, heed your personal intuition as well, obviously, always. If you feel like, well, I don't quite feel like we won't ever have a reconciliation, then, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe there's some factor here where you feel like it was a grand injustice, or there was something. Let's clear the energy. But we always sort of, I feel like you did sort of want something with this person, but maybe, for example, like, you didn't allow them to prove to you that they were trustworthy. Maybe. I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. Okay, there's always going to be some sort of risk, but at a certain point we have to say, I realize that maybe some people are just not, they're just not trustworthy, okay? Or, yeah, and I want to pull one quick card, like, what is the shadow of that person, if there is shadow? King Cups. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe they have a bit of Neptune, maybe there's someone who's just, they're like an actor, you know? It's like, maybe they're not really clear on who they are. I'm hearing that as well. And like, I think you get to the point where you say, I don't need to also make their insecurities my own. Like, if they don't know who they are, and they want to treat me badly because of that, I'm out. Like, it's cool. So I think for some of you, like, I will never say like never, you know? I mean, it's not like there's no hope ever for anything. You can always make up a certain situation, but I think that you have to be so clear on, like, you know, maybe saying, hey, I don't appreciate that. And so if you want to come back into my world, like, you will have to really, okay, you know, dissolve those mantras of your own that you have with yourself that tells you that you can, you know, treat someone like that, because that's totally without compassion for some of you. Someone, you felt that this person was not compassionate with you. So I think that if it does come around, it's going to have to be quite different. Let's get into the last stack. 10 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. I'm also getting, for some of you, there could be a public apology. 8 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. So let's get further. Why are you so triggered in this situation? Let's clear it. Okay. Some of you in this stack, you feel like someone doesn't hear you out. They don't listen to you. You feel like you're unheard here, okay? Like, someone maybe gives you the silent treatment. Maybe they even act kind of narcissistic with you at times. Like, when you really want to talk about something with them, it's like they kind of don't have the time. They don't have, like, the energy. They're not there for you, okay? I'm hearing that. That's what you end up feeling. You feel exhausted, ultimately, with the 10 of Swords. And I think this comes down to, like, the ability for you to exchange ideas with this person. It doesn't happen in a harmonious, flowing manner. And I think some of you really have high hopes for that. In general, you could be someone who's very romantic, or you just really enjoy like having loving conversation with another person, and you're just not getting that here. And I think that for some of you, you're really triggered by that, because it's getting you kind of in this state of mind of like, there are problems and issues, and maybe this is someone who's toxic, or this is a situation that's toxic, and it's not that you're not doing enough, it's not that you're not extending enough. But the one thing here that brings you to this point, right, into this reading possibly, is that you do still have this expectation. And it's reminding me of I think it was the second stack or the third stack, but the Page of Cups. It's like, you know, you still want, I'm hearing the Disneyland ending with this person. We have the Page of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Like, this is someone who's holding out love, possibly with you, or they're very silent. I get that. I keep getting that. Silent at times. Like, it's really, yeah, Page of Swords. Like, I see you trying to really get, like, a reaction even out of this person. The Knight of Cups. Like, I think you're worried or wondering, like, if they don't respect you, ultimately, if they don't have respect. I think you're questioning and trying to interpret, like, why is this person behaving like that? Like, why would they treat me like that? Let's clear it. In the sacral chakra, let's clear it again. Yeah, this is affecting you, though. This is affecting your health, actually. For some of you, like, your mind, your stability, your feeling of peace. This is, like, not good for you. I hear that. The 10 of Swords, at the end of the day, you feel like this situation takes you outside of yourself, outside of your ability to remember who you are. Okay, and to remember that you are okay, and that you are not this person. You are not how this person treats you. You are not how this person reacts to you, responds to you. You're not their energy. Okay, so there's a distinction here. Let's clear it. You're not really with them. I hear that as well. Like, I think you're starting to, you want a connection with this person. I get that. You really want this emotional, you know, reciprocal relationship feeling. Let's clear it. But you realize, like, that has to be something that now happens naturally. I feel you have the want, you have the desire, but there isn't the follow through, there isn't the follow up necessarily by this person. So I think there's a lot of imbalance here. I see though that you still are putting yourself out there with the Page of Cups, and that's what's getting you to the Ten of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles, is the feeling that your hopes are not being met, they're not being reached. It's like you keep getting disappointed. Some of you, I think you need boundaries when it comes to the element of water, Neptune. It's like, I cannot always be thinking about what this person feels and thinks, and why am I the one always putting out my love, and I'm getting back, you know, a sword or a pentacle. Yeah, this person is kind of manipulative, maybe even, but not maybe on purpose. Let's clear it. We're going to pull cards in a second on the energy that is maybe completely shadow, like where Spirit says, hey, like, this is just not a healthy influence overall for you. It's more maybe of a lesson sort of energy, or something that you want to take away from the experience, like on your own without getting so-called closure. Or maybe this is something that's a misunderstanding, or this person doesn't have necessarily that intention. Maybe they're just a workaholic, or they're quite immature. It is reminding me of that second stack. Again, I think it's the second or the third stack, but, you know, it's like, maybe it is not like in that exactly that way. So we will get further clues on that though, to see specificity, if it is in that way, like truly that they're being disrespectful to you, or, you know, what is the character, or just overall, like, is this just part of their character that they'll never change that, and you're gonna always forever be wishing and wanting and dreaming and yearning for love from this person, and they're not gonna give it to you? Let's take a look. We're gonna pull letters on that in just a second, but first let's continue. I think the irritating part is that you realize this person, for some of you, this is a narcissist. I'm gonna be honest, okay? The Knight of Cups, they have the capacity. The issue is that you've seen that side of them, but then they change up on you, and they remove that, and that's when you end up feeling really not good, because then you turn it on yourself and you're feeling triggered because you're making it your issue. Okay, why 1 minute did they give me that attention, and the next minute now they're acting very, you know, detached? Let's clear it. So some of you though, I am getting that this is someone who's very invested in their career. They may not be entirely emotionally available. The part that is irritating and challenging for you is that sometimes they are though. So they give you that shimmer, that glimmer, you know? It's not entirely like, you know, yes or no. Hence why you're still here with Page of Cups. Like, you're not just standing around like, you know, just crazy. There's a reason why you have this vision. So I feel that they did line you up with some expectation there, or there was some beginning initial circumstance. So with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Swords, yeah, they could be like stringing you along, giving you hope, but let's get further. And again, for some of you, it may not be intentional. Let's get general letters though. Letter R. Yeah, they got you thinking back and forth and back and forth. Maybe it means this. Well, you know, maybe it means that. Are they meaning that like that, or are they meaning that? It's like, what the fuck? You don't deserve that. Let's clear it. You don't deserve to be in that space, in that state of mind. Okay, let's clear it. You don't deserve to be feeling Ten of Swords with someone who's focused on their Eight of Pentacles, and you're sitting here giving the Page of Cups. That's not balance. That's not balance. King of Swords. I feel, and it's not to say, hey, you're doing something wrong. It's just, maybe that's why you're feeling like not good, because you feel like you're not being heard, okay, for the things that you're actually saying. I see someone, you know, speak in an 11 manner, okay, to someone, and you get silence back. This is for some, or someone is just dismissing your affection. We almost spell work here. Yeah, some of you even feel kind of like this person's kind of like a tyrant. It's like, you don't need that. They see themselves maybe as like, you know, in a certain way, and like maybe you respect that about them, but then it just gets to the point where it's not working for you anymore, like emotionally. MD, this came through. I was going to say, this energy came through in the second stack, in the first stack actually, with the Hermit, and we got MD there as well. So feel free to check out that stack if you feel guided. S. So I'm here at South Dakota. We have SD here, SM, MS, DS. We also have Doctor, U. Yeah, I feel like if you don't do what they want, they get really rude. It's like, huh? Yeah. They get very like snappy. Let's go. They get very snappy, or you do. For some of you, they know exactly what pisses you off and what's going to hurt your feelings. And I hate to say that, but like they're using that knowledge to their advantage. It's like, I know they're going to get all fucked up from me not answering their question. Well, really? Okay, then you know what? You deserve to be ignored. Yeah. So why are we still, I just don't like that we still have this Page of Cups here. Motioning over to that Eight of Pentacles while he's not even making eye contact with the Ten of Swords of the apex. This is literally spelling ow. Yeah, this is ouchie. This hurts. Ten of Swords. But you can literally get yourself out of this by turning your love around, okay? Your love story around and saying, I don't want to be in relationships where I'm ever going to be at that point with that person, where I have to be all Page of Cups and what I'm met with is the Eight of Pentacles. But we will get cards because possibly this is not, you know, for everyone, like that this person is trying to and purposely be a manipulative person. We have J, V, Z/N, and L. LV, Louis Vuitton, possibly. N, NV, Nevada. NJ, NL, LN, NZ, H, on the Page of Swords. Yeah, some of you, I think you need to cut the connection. This is for some. You need to cut this like 100% because this is a string along person. This is a string along energy. This is a string along situation where this person doesn't have true respect. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the situation. Like, a normal person would have said, oh shit. Maybe even at the second sword. Maybe, definitely by the 5th. By the 6th? The 7th. Come on, the 8th. The 9th at least. Why are we at the 10th sword? Right? For you to reach this reading and realize this is there's something going not well here when it comes to the reciprocity of the connection. We have RH again. This came through another reading. I'm hearing resistance, but restoration hardware. This is what came through another reading. But we have IA as well. Iowa or Idaho. I hear that. We literally have COM as well. COM, like .com. We have cow as well. We have co. We have mo. We have mock. So I think like it's the fact that it's gotten to this point, and maybe Spirit is saying, hey, it's not a matter of like the fact that it's the 10th sword and that you're still the Page of Cups and they're the Eight of Pence and the Queen of Swords. It's that it's at the point of the 10 of Swords and the Page of Cups, right? Like it's the point that we reach here by saying, well, I didn't call it out sooner that this was totally inappropriate. The fact that I was trying so hard with this person and I'm not saying it in a reprimanding way. This is the lesson. This is the shadow. This is most likely a strong Neptune or Moon energy where you're saying, well, I want love with them, so I'm going to give them love. They don't deserve your love. No. They don't deserve that with the Eight of Love and Light, but they are not showing up with something that acknowledges love. Okay? You are here representing love passionately, showing them that you are here and brave enough to represent this emotion. You're putting yourself on the line. You're being vulnerable with this person with your heart. You're giving of yourself to this person. Truly, you are. And look at this. They're hiding behind the life that they're so-called creating. This person is running away. They're not brave. They're not brave. They're trying to hide between their accomplishments. They don't know who they are, you guys. So for sure, this person is not emotionally available. They're not emotionally consistent. I'm seeing that as well. And you know that, you feel that. But I think the question is that, you know, why are we still showing up when we realize that they're letting this get to the point of the Eighth of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords? There's no compromise here. It's like, maybe like at the 6th, they should have like given you some more time and like maybe a conversation to talk a bit about, hey, what's going on there? So there's a Neptune imbalance here, I feel, for some of you. And that's part of the lesson. That's part of the shadow. You feel maybe triggered because you realize that it's imbalanced. You realize that you're giving and you're not receiving. Okay, so let's pull here further, though. I'd like to pull a Celtic cross. Like, they give you the bare minimum. This is for some. Like, they won't even, like, say, hey, how are you doing? This is for some. 6 of Cups in the deep past. This person may have closed you out or, like, they changed their behavior up on you. Yeah, very narcissistic, you guys. Like, maybe they realize, like, oh, you're not giving them what they need right now, so they just shut you out. Yeah, well, guess what? You don't deserve someone like that in your life. They don't deserve you. Okay, that Ace of Wands upright in your advice. Like, you didn't do anything wrong to deserve that. So I think the issue is that you're still giving of yourself in a situation where you know that that person's not acknowledging you really as who you deserve to be treated as. Let's clear it. They're not acknowledging your potential as well. They're putting you down, and it is because they feel subconsciously guilty. They feel bad for not being able to be the person that you need them to be. So they keep you strung along, though, and that's part of the issue. They should come through and say either, hey, I'm really not, like, able to do this, or, you know, or at least show up with some kind of respect. I feel that they are very insecure as well, so they are not able to actually give you like a respectful answer. So that's why they act like very in out with you. Even I hear that. If this is resonating for you, that might be the message. Yeah, they hide, you guys. They're very avoidant, passive. They run away. They run away from what they know you really need from them as well, and that's the part that's not cool. Well, it's like saying, I know this person's really hungry, and like I realize like I'm not gonna be able to give them their dish until like 2 or 3 more hours. It's like the restaurant that seats the patron. They don't have any food though yet, and they're gonna, instead of saying, hey, go check out another restaurant, they're keeping you hanging. It's something like that, you guys. And then it has to get to the point where you're pounding your damn fist on the table saying, what's going on? Where's the food? Where's the food at? Like, do you have any food in the kitchen at all even? Like, why do you have me standing here, you know? Why did you seat me at the table to begin with? Like, I shouldn't get to the point where, like, the patron is slamming their fist on the fucking table. Like, show up. Show up with what you're projecting. Let's clear it. Yeah. Well, for some of you, like, yes, because, and I feel like it's just at a certain point, it's just like, even if, let's say, whatever it is, even if they're just immature or whatever, it's still disrespectful, okay? Like, it's not compassionate. Think about this person. You're leaving them hungry, sitting at the table in a restaurant where you know. It's like, well, we don't want to lose your business. It's like, so you're gonna let me sit here, okay? For, oh, this is sick. Let's Clara. No, I'm sorry, I have to be honest. We're channeling here. I cannot sugarcoat it. For some of you, this is the energy. And this, you'll know if this is resonating, but if you feel guided to watch another stack, there's something just really not fair and really imbalanced. They're letting you give of yourself, okay? When they know they're not giving you anything in return. 3 of Swords, yeah, on the 5 of Wands. They are actually possibly even, okay, you guys are dealing with someone who is they get off of tragic experiences. Unfortunately, they are someone here who loves pain. They associate pain with pleasure. They associate trouble, okay, with something romantic. That's their idea of romance. You got someone who's got a really fucked up idea of romance. I'm sorry to say it, but yeah. This is for some of you. In relation to what you're looking for, okay? Maybe they will meet someone who gave them a taste of their own medicine. But you're too good for this, I'm sorry. You're offering the Page of Cups. They want something delusional here with you. Let's clear it. No, I'm sorry. I have to be honest. 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 9 of Cups. They're sitting here self-satisfied knowing that they're causing drama, they're causing heartache, and that you're sitting there literally, okay, still trying to prove a point with them. This is someone here who doesn't have the capacity. They don't know true love, you guys. They don't know true love. They only know pain, possibly. They don't understand how to have a loving connection with someone. You hear that going off in the background there. They don't understand love. And yeah, let's clear. They don't understand love. No, they don't. Because they feel they're not worth it. That's what it comes down to. And so what's happening now, you're basically living their pain through. Okay, you're living their pain through. That's what's happening. With the 9 of Cups, if you're wondering if this person knows very well what's going on, they know very well what's going on, you guys. They're very aware. Okay, but we will pull again because we said maybe in some cases, for those who are watching, there is a factor of maybe just maturity or whatever it is. We'll keep an open mind and we're going to pull further. But on the whole, this person in some shape or form realizes that what they're doing is causing you heartache and pain. And honestly, let's get down to it. Unless their heart chakra is complete, I mean, it may be calcified. They may have a calcified heart chakra. Even if that is the case, how can we feel that another person would not be hurt by something here? You don't realize that this is something so hurtful that your behavior, okay, would make someone feel like in that way? Really? You don't have an idea here in your mind that would be something so hurtful? Maybe they're even like kind of just casting you to the side in a way, and they're acting like kind of that's okay for them. Yeah. So there's something kind of unbelievable. Like, there's no way this person doesn't realize that their behavior, yeah, no, they know they're being completely inconsiderate. They're treating you kind of like a number, even this is for some, or they're treating you like, just kind of like you're not really involved with them, but then they still kind of, Page of Cups, yeah. The Tower in the theme. You might want to check that, the 4th stack out, but yeah, the 4th. We also have the Hierophant, the 8 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you might want to check out the 3rd and the 4th stack as well. But whatever you feel guided towards. Page of Cups. They feel bad. They feel guilty. I'll give you the true lowdown here. They feel real guilty about that. Because this is not what they know you feel. This is what they feel. They realize they're not taking accountability for what they know is their problem ultimately with their ability to handle the frequency and vibration of true love. They realize they're not letting you in, and they realize that they're not letting this energy flow, okay? And they're realizing the projection. They're realizing what's happening. They know that's what's going on. Absolutely, they know that's what's going on. Are they brave enough to show up and say, shoot, I kind of like, yeah, I kind of told you, like, the restaurant would be open, and, like, but, like, it's not, and, like, I still had you sit down, and, like, you could have been having, like, a meal with somewhere else, or someone, you know, they're not brave enough to come through, I don't think, at this point and say that. They're not brave enough to come through and say that. Yeah. Well, why not? Because if their heart chakra is calcified, they're not able to, they're very competitive as well, I see that. They're operating from the rudimentary safety, okay, root chakra imbalance of as well, of point of saying, I don't know, like, if I can, like, you know, be happy without being selfish. This is unfortunate, but yes, this is for some, because it's not just an imbalance of the heart chakra. There's always going to be, like, a counteractive balance point to that, right? Everything affects everything. So if one chakra is out of balance, and there's a reason for why it's out of balance, for some of you, they have an issue with the root chakra, and that is not allowing them to really be empathic. So let me get further, though. If this is a let's clear it. Let's see here. They also may be quite materialistic. Let's just clear the energy, though. There's a focus of communication. Maybe there's even a language barrier. But the point is, like, they put off, okay, having resolution with you. Like, they let you, yeah. Okay, we also have, look and see, it says New York. If this is a misunderstanding or there's reconciliation here on the table, what does Spirit want you to know? And more cards. 8 of Wands in reverse. They could be very hurt by something here in the past. Maybe physical that went down between you two. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords upright. 6 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Swords upright with the 8 of Cups upright, and one more, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They're insecure, obviously. I mean, this should be clear. There's something they know they cannot show up. It's like, again, the restaurant knows that they cannot show up with a meal yet, but they have you sitting and the time is ticking, and they know that. And so they are aware. So, of course, they're not going to show up. They're not going to be showing up. Yeah, they're going to try and push it as long as possible. They may give you a wink, you know, from the back of the kitchen, like, to just keep you kind of, you know, let's clear it. But they're not going to show up, actually. So they feel insecure about that, and maybe there's a financial reason even, or something. I feel like it's more physical, though. This person also holds on to grudges, and this is just not a healthy thing, and maybe they need to watch this reading as well. Like, why are they maybe so triggered, maybe by certain things that took place in the connection in the past, like the letter O, yeah, go, G-O, W-A, could be Washington, we have awe as well, we have wag. This is someone very sensitive. Like, if they feel like you are going to dump them, they're going to want to just dump you, like, immediately. Or if they feel like you're going to dismiss them, they're going to want to dismiss you. They don't want to be vulnerable, you guys. And so, but they may still, they retreat when they feel they can't show up to the best of their potential. But, like, this is then where it becomes your question. Like, so do you want to be with someone like that? Do you want to wait on someone like that who knows that they're not ready, but they're also not, like, able to communicate that to you and to have an open conversation with you about that? Like, so there's a communication issue here for some, but I think it's going to be, like, your question and your answer, like, what you want to talk about. If this is a no-no, and if this is just, like, a pure shadow, can we get some cards from Spirit? 7 of Wands. There's something about their industry, something is maybe a little bit toxic about maybe either where they work, or for some of you, they maybe were in a prior relationship that didn't go quite well, and you know that, or there's something going on that's toxic. It's related to their life overall. Like, they're not able to show up for anyone, really. It could be related to their health. They're maybe shy or embarrassed about something related to their health. The Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, they have a failed marriage, maybe even as they see it, and they've maybe told you that. And it's like, well, hey, I'm trying to keep an open mind with you, but they weren't willing to keep trying in the connection, like they're too insecure, and they want you to run after them, like it's a victim energy. Okay, this is for some. I feel Spirit saying it's a no-go, you guys. If this person has been married in the past, and if you're drawn to the stack, you're resonating with this reading, Spirit is possibly saying it's just not worth it. Like, I see you trying to basically be like a nun for this person. Like, they're giving you basically, like, it's just not fair. Temperance in reverse. Yeah. So they got something going on with their health. They need to balance that out, you guys. Like, I don't think it's on you, but you take it as you will. I feel like they'll say stuff like, go on without me, like, I'm not worth it. It's like, huh? Okay, 8 of Wands with a Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords with the 3 of Pentacles. It's something kind of silly, and it actually puts you down. When they're saying stuff like that, like, oh no, like, don't try. Like, it's like, that's putting, like, honestly, that's putting you down. Because then it's, like, kind of saying, like, you're not real. And it's like, no, you're coming through real. Like, I really want to try here. And they're basically dismissing the potential. WR, rewind. I feel like you have so many things that you've done with this person in the past. It's like kind of a record that keeps playing. We have here you. We almost have hurry. I feel this person leaves you hanging a lot. Like, let's clear. They leave you on, like, on the side of the road kind of vibes. Like, why are you not getting back to me? K, talk. You gotta pull the words out of this person. Yeah, talk. You gotta pull the words out of this person. And I think that's gonna be draining for you. Okay. Talk. T-A-L-K. We literally have that. We have hack as well. We have walk. It's like, all right, let's walk and talk. It's like, what's going on? You know, it's something like that. No. I'm hearing Jira. That's a rune. That's a rune of 1 year. So, yeah. So I feel like we also have JK. We have Taj. This person, yeah, I think the point is that they just are not letting you in. So the point then becomes you. It becomes, well, it doesn't become you. You can allow it to either be related to you or not. And I think it gets to the point where you say, do I allow the way this person has experienced their life to affect and impact me? Thank you for tuning in, love and light. We'll see you in the next readings.